This is Saranya Chejalla. Welcome to Easy Tech. Today, in this class, we are going to learn about elementary data link protocols, which is the one of the most important topic in data link layer. Let us get into the topic. What is meant by elementary data link protocols? See, elementary data link protocols. These protocols is specially designed by a data link layer. These protocols specially designed by a data link layer to perform some particular operations or functions. To perform some particular operations or functions. See, the data link layer is mainly responsible for error control, flow control, framing, addressing. These are the different type of responsibilities we have in data link layer. To perform all these functionalities, the data link layer introduced a protocol concept here. A protocol concept here. Protocol means rules and regulations. Protocol means rules and regulations, or we can say in other words, it is an agreement between sender and the receiver. It is an agreement between sender and the receiver. See, this data link layer introduces the elementary data link protocols to perform all these functionalities. To perform all these functionalities. What are the functionalities? Framing, error control, and flow controls. Let us see what are the types of elementary data link protocols we have. The protocol 1, unrestricted simplex protocol. Unrestricted simplex protocols. Unrestricted means there is no restrictions, there is no conditions between sender and the receiver while transmitting data from source to destination. While transmitting the data from source to destination in the network, right? Protocol 2, simplex stop and wait protocol. Simplex stop and wait protocol. Protocol 3, simplex protocol for noisy channels. Simplex protocol for noisy channels. See, this second protocol is for error free channel. The second protocol, protocol 2, simplex stop and wait protocol, I already said. So this is an error free channel. The simplex protocol, protocol 3, this is for noisy channels. See, let us discuss each and every protocol. What is the functionality it will be done to perform this basic functions of an data link layer, right? Unrestricted simplex protocol. The simplex protocol is a hypothetical protocol. Hypothetical means based on the situation, it will act what are the rules and what are being performed functionalities based on the situation, it will act like that. So data transmitting is carried out in one direction only. See here, the sender, one direction means unidirectional communication. Unidirectional communication. The sender sends the data. That's all. There is no another message means information from the receiver to the sender. There is no reverse process will not be done in this simplex protocol, right? The transmission and receiving are always ready and the processing time can be ignored. See, in this protocol, there is no time limit to transfer the data from source to destination. The sender and receiver does not maintain a time limit to transfer the data from source to destination in the network. Anytime it can transmit the data to the receiver because it is an unidirectional communication. In this protocol, infinite buffer space is available and no errors will be occur and no damage of frames. No damage of frames. See, whenever the sender sends the particular data frame to the receiver, the sender will have a data buffer space and the receiver will also have a buffer space. Whenever the sender send the particular data frame to the receiver is not available in network. The particular data frame will be stored in the buffer space. The particular data frame will be stored in the buffer space. Let us see the example how the data will be communicated from source to destination in unidirectional. The receiver can receive the data. Let us see the diagram. We have a clear idea about that. Okay. See, this is an actual diagram. Okay. This is a sender and this is a receiver. So there is no time limit here. At any time we can transmit the data from source to destination in the network. So request, the frame will be sent to the data. The request, the frame will be sent to the data. Request, another frame will be sent to the data. Here the request will be done by the request. The frame will be sent to the receiver. Here the observe that whenever the frame is delivering through the network, the reverse message will not be sent to the sender. Means the frame is arrived or not arrived. Some information will be given by the receiver, right? That information will not send to the sender in this protocol. And another thing is there is no time limit. Time limit means uh, uh, I will say the one example. I have available network in 1 to 10 hours. Means at the 11 I will start, 11 to 9. This is my timing hours in the network, right? So in these timing hours we can send and receive the data. We can send and receive the data. Okay, so after this timing hours, instead of this timing hours, I will not available in the network. So this is a time limit. In this time only you have to send the information through the network. So this is a time limit. But in this protocol there is no matter of time limit. At any time we can send the data and we can receive the data. That's all. So here unidirectional communication means the sender sends the data and receiver receives the data, right? The reverse process will not be done in the simplex protocol. Okay, so this is an simplex protocol, the protocol one of data link layer. And the second thing, simplex stop and wait protocol. Simplex stop and wait protocol. See, this stop and wait protocol is for noiseless channel. Noiseless means there is no matter of network traffic, noisy, any crosstalk or any packet crashing. These things will not be appear in the channel while transmitting data from source to destination. That is a noiseless channel. See, it also provides an unidirectional data transmission without any error control facilities. Without any error control facilities. Why means, see, the stop and wait protocol is for noiseless channel. Noiseless channel means there is no chance to occur an error in our data. Okay, for that sake, does not have any error control facilities. It is only unidirectional data transmission without any error control facilities. It will not provide any error control mechanism to remove the error because this is a noiseless channel. Okay, so the receiver can only process the received information at finite rate. Okay, but the main problem in this means while I am transmitting in the previous thing simplex protocol, right? From source to destination we are sending the data from source to destination at the unidirectional communication. In that type, when we are sending the data to the receiver, we have to identify the particular data is transmitting to the correct receiver or not. Correct receiver or not. See, in this particular type of protocol, we have a problem. We have raised a problem that means the flooding the receiver means third party. There is a chance coming from the third party will enter into our network to receive our data. To receive our data. That is the main problem. So to eliminate this problem, so of course it is an unidirectional communication. Whenever I send the frame from source to destination, the receiver will give an acknowledgement to the sender, or we can say that is one type of feedback. In networks we will call it as acknowledgement. See, whenever the source or the sender sends some data to the receiver, whenever the data frame is received by receiver, the receiver will send one acknowledgement to the sender. The frame received successfully. Okay, the frame received successfully. This is the actual thing of simplex stop and wait protocol. Simplex stop and wait protocol. To eliminate or to prevent the sender from flooding the receiver. Flooding the receiver means or another means duplicate receiver. We can call it as duplicate receiver or unnecessary receiver. To prevent that particular thing or particular attacks in the network, this concept will be done by an stop and wait protocol. This concept is done by an simplex stop and wait protocol. Let us see the diagram how the sender gives information from source to destination. Whenever the particular data frame is received by the receiver, the acknowledgement will given to the sender by the receiver, right? So let us see the diagram here. See, this is the diagram. Let us see the diagram here. We can get a clear clarity. So this is a sender. This is the diagram of a stop and wait simplex stop and wait protocol. This is a receiver, right? So the sender sending the frame to the receiver. The sender sending the frame to the receiver. Okay, whenever the particular data frame is received by the receiver, the receiver will give an acknowledgement or some information. In networks we call it as an acknowledgement. Okay, the particular frame is received. That information will be given to the sender by the receiver. Okay, here in this concept, in the stop and wait protocol, whenever the frame is delivered to the particular destination, the destination or the receiver should give acknowledgement of the to the sender that frame is received or not. The frame is received or not, should give an acknowledgement to the sender. After receiving the acknowledgement of the frame, then only the sender ready to transmit the next frame to the network that will be sent to the receiver, right? Okay, so whenever the acknowledgement sent to the sender by the receiver, then the second frame is ready to transmitted, the particular sender transmitted to the receiver, and that is also accepted by the receiver and give an acknowledgement to the sender. So the main aim of this simplex stop and wait protocol to prevent the flooding of the receiver means to prevent the third party entries in the network to receive our data, to attack our data. It will be eliminated by the stop and wait protocol. See, whenever this acknowledgement concept is not there in the particular protocol, we don't know what, while we are sending a data frame in the network, it will be received by the correct receiver or destination. We don't know that. Okay, the sender don't know that. That is the actual problem rise in this type of protocols. To prevent that, the stop and wait protocol introduced this particular concept of acknowledgement. Whenever the frame is received by the receiver, the particular frame acknowledgement or information will be sent to the sender by the receiver. That will accept this is the correct receiver or correct destination. Our data will not be hacked by the third party entries in the network, right? So this is the concept of an stop and wait protocol. Next, get into the third topic, third protocol. See, these are the steps. Before stop and wait protocol, we have these are steps. Let us look into steps. I'll provide a PDF. Simplex protocol for noisy channel. Simplex protocol for noisy channel. Data transfer in this protocol also, the data transfer is only in one direction. The data transfer is only in one direction, but this is a noisy channel. Noisy channel means this channel will be used by any of senders and receivers in the network while connected into a particular network. Okay, so there is a chance in this particular type of noisy channel, there is a chance of errors occur in a data frames or acknowledgement frames or expected. There is a chance of an different unnecessary data will enter into our data frames. So in this, we have to identify, we have to put a finite time while transmitting the data from source to destination, as well as we are assigning a unique sequence number for each and every frame. We are assigning a unique sequence number for each and every frame. Before the time expires, if the acknowledgement is not received by the sender, before the time expires, if the acknowledgement is not received by the sender, the frame gets retransmitted. The frame gets retransmitted. Done. When the acknowledgement gets corrupted, or send data frame gets damaged, how long the sender should wait to transmit the next frame is infinite. See, I will show you one diagram about simplex protocol for noisy channel. We'll get a clear idea about that, how the data frames are corrected in between the network while the receiver not received that particular type of data frame. We'll see in the diagram very clearly. See, this is the diagram of noisy channel. So this is a sender and this is a receiver, right? So I'm sending an frame 1 to the receiver in the network. So that is arrived. This is a noisy channel, right? So this is a noisy channel. NC. This is a noisy channel. So I'm sending the first data frame to the receiver, and the data frame is received by the receiver. The receiver will give an acknowledgement to the sender. But there is a time limit by sending and receiving this acknowledgement and data frames between. There is a time limit this type of communication in the network. Within time limit, we have to communicate the data frames and we will receive the particular acknowledgement what we communicate data frames from sender to the receiver, right? See, whenever the frame 1 I am transmitting in the network to the receiver, so the particular acknowledgement will be received by the sender. Next, frame 2 is transferring. So this is a noisy channel. That's why the frame is lost here. The frame is lost here. The receiver does not receive that frame and he doesn't give any acknowledgement to the particular sender. In this time, okay, so whenever this problem occurs, if the time limit expired, the frame will be again retransmitted from the sender to the receiver. See, here the receiver also waiting for an data frame. Here the sender also waiting from an acknowledgement that will be received by that will be sent by the receiver. Here the sender is waiting for an acknowledgement and receiving receiver waiting for an data frame. But in between network the frame is lost because of noisy channel. So this time is, we can call it this time is infinite. How much time they will be wait, we don't know. How much time they will be wait, we don't know. If the time limit expires, it will, the sender is also in waiting stage and the receiver is also in waiting stage. The receiver is waiting for a data frame, actual data frame, but the frame is lost. The sender is waiting for an acknowledgement which the receiver gives to the sender, right? So this, here the sender is in waiting stage and the receiver is in waiting stage. So this time is we can call it as infinite. We cannot estimate this time limit. We cannot estimate this time limit. If the time limit expires, what the time limit that sender and receiver communicated within this time limit, if the time limit expires, then the sender again retransmit that particular frame. Retransmit that particular frame. When the situation, here the time limit expires. Okay, here the time limit expires. Again the sender retransmit the frame 2. Retransmit the frame 2 through the network to the receiver. So whenever the receiver received that particular data frame, give an acknowledgement for data frame 2. Give acknowledgement for data frame 2. Okay, this is the actual process will be done in a noisy channel. Here the time delay process, the one of the disadvantage is time delaying. So within this within the time limit, they are putting in one time limit to communicate different type of frames in the network. But from losing of frames, the receiver is in waiting stage as well as the sender is in waiting stage. So here time delaying is the one of the major disadvantage, okay, in this type of a protocol. Okay, so this is a noisy channel, simplex stop and wait protocol for noisy channel. This is the disadvantage will come while sending and data frames to the through the network to the receiver, right? So these are the different types of elementary data link protocols. These are the different types of elementary data link protocols. So not only this type of protocols that data link layer provides, and we also has another type of protocols, that is sliding window protocols. Sliding window protocols, which is a very important concept in data link protocols. These two are these elementary data link protocols and sliding window protocols are the two parts of data link protocols, right? So the sliding window protocols will be discussed in the next video or next classes. Kindly like, share, subscribe EasyBTech for more videos. Thank you. I hope you understand elementary data link protocols concept.